Hello, everyone. Daniel Busch here, back with you. And this match is currently at 2 frames all. And Ajeya Parabhakar is up in this frame 22 to 15. And we're waiting for a winner for this frame. For this match, rather. Semi-final match. Winner of this match will go on to play in the finals against Sargon Isaac, who's just beat Jack Kung 4 frames to 1. Well, we're grinding away here. Okay. That was a tough red for Ajeya. And in the chat room, I want to welcome Skip Maloney, who has been a regular contributor to the AZ Billiards website. And we want to thank Skip personally. I'd like to thank him personally for supporting the POVPOOL streams and the snooker activities that have been happening here in the U.S. lately. And for a review of general snooker rules, you can visit AZ Billiards and check out Skip Maloney's article on the snooker rules. And yes, no, not all of the rules, Skip. And I also want to welcome to the commentary booth the recent winner of the semifinal match that we just streamed, Sargon Isaac, who has just defeated Jack Kung in best of 7 frames. He beat him 3-1. How you doing there, Sargon?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Great, great. Really a pleasure to watch you play finally.
Mm-hmm.
Play a full, a full match at least.
Exactly, yeah.
And you were off to a great start there.
Yeah, I started.
51 break, I think, in the first frame against Jack, didn't you?
I think it was
51.
I think it was 47 or something. 47. To be honest with you, I don't remember. I was kind of in the zone, but
sure.
The first game I knew he can be a very heavy scorer, so I wanted to get out there and get a big break, get into balls, and I did that the first frame. Unfortunately, it didn't go like that every frame, but I got the win, so that's what counts.
Yeah, sure. And then the second frame was a respotted black because you were tied.
Yeah, actually, some people updated me. They gave me a call, said, the scores were slightly off, but that was our fault. I put too many points on. So once we updated the score, basically I could level up. The blue to corner, I thought, I might as well go for it. I'll leave myself on the pink. Left myself on the pink, and then it was a tricky black. It got the black into the corner later on, but that black two, that was a respot, was a really, really tough shot. I normally would not go for that. It was just one of those.
Shot that you went for, it was pretty unorthodox to go for that.
Yeah,
shot. Actually,
and
it should have been maybe a safety. A lot of people in the chat room were actually.
Yeah, it was really should have.
Safety right here, but.
Yeah, it really should have. It was almost one of those thoughts, like I was telling you earlier. It was I might as well go for it. Kind of. I didn't deserve this frame.
Behind.
Yeah, I really didn't deserve that frame. I felt like the frame was already gone. Yeah. So if the frame had already, you shouldn't really have that mentality, since I did have a chance and I was back into it. But I felt like it was a good opportunity to go for the pot and then leave the white on the top cushion. But obviously, if I missed the pot, then I was just hoping that black would go safe. So. Yeah, and it went in, so that was a great shot for me. Put me 3-0 up, knowing I only needed one more frame. So
how do you feel right now? You're guaranteed second place, and you're also guaranteed an opportunity to go and represent the USA in Egypt for the World Championships, the IBSF.
Yeah.
are you thinking about that right now?
Well, normally I wouldn't.
Still sort of trying to focus on your next match.
Yeah, I've got this far. I definitely want to win it, and that was my aim from the start. But it's nice to know that, you know, no matter what happens, you know, I'm guaranteed a spot to represent USA. So that's definitely, you know. But if that had been out the picture, then obviously I'm going for the win. But I'm still going for the win. But it's just nice to have that as a, you know, whether it's, you know, somebody else, that the person I play loses and has that opportunity, or I lose. But I'm definitely going for the win. So I'm not thinking like that at all. So.
Good. And are you going to go to Egypt? I mean, do you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I earned my spot, so I'm definitely planning on going. So, obviously, it's going to be myself and either Ahmed or Ajeya, depending on who comes through on this match. So.
Well, the match at this point is still at 2 and 2 frames, and Ajeya is way ahead in this frame. So there's a chance that Ajeya might find himself within 1 game of winning this match, which would be interesting because, you know, for those of you who don't know, Ahmed Aly is actually a 3-time consecutive national champion at the USSA National Championships. He has taken this down 3 years in a row. This would be his 4th consecutive year if he can take the title again. The title.
Yeah, he's done very well. I mean, this is obviously my first tournament, so I mean, I've had the pleasure of meeting everybody like yourself. But from what I've heard, you know, he's obviously done well in the previous competitions, and I've watched his games earlier, and he's managed to come back on Raymond Fu.
Raymond Fung.
Yeah, if I pronounced that correctly, and obviously Rommel, and they were 2 incredible matches, which he could have quite easily become the loser of. So he's definitely fighting for his position right now. I'd just like to thank everybody as well for the support. I know I did mention it in the chat, but I wasn't on the mic. Thank you all for your support. I've been flooded with text messages and phone calls from other countries and stuff like that. So it was definitely a great win. I could have played a lot better and performed a lot better, but I mean, a win's a win. So I'm very happy to get through. So.
Yeah. You know, it's really like I have said to people before. It's really the players that will sometimes attract the audience to the streams. You know, it's something I've noticed over the you know, the past couple of years that I've been streaming, and you know, you actually have quite a few friends and probably family members that have been watching today, and including some of them are in the chat room right now. Who have been rooting for you even during your match.
Right.
So, you know, it's really an honor for me to be able to do this for the players and for the audience there. You know, just to be able to elevate not just the game itself, but some of the players that you know, really kind of pay homage to the game. You know, and that includes snooker and pool and any other game that I stream. It's 51 points to 20 points, and it's 2 frames all, as far as I know.
Still
Ajeya, yeah, Ajeya is, that's what I'm hearing. Ajeya is up in this match, in this frame.
I hope they know our flights on Tuesday morning.
Hugh Brown over here, the tournament director and referee, just coming up and saying he hopes that they know his flight is on Tuesday morning.
They're both such tactical players, though, too. So you know, they're not willing to give each other a chance. So that's probably why it's taken a while. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of the game, but back to what you were saying. You know, like, yeah, this is such a great tour, and I appreciate, you know, the time you've spent setting it up and, you know, talking to me prior, etc. Because, you know, I've had the opportunity to show everybody in my game today that, you know, family, friends, and even new friends that I've met here. So again, thank you to you for that. And I'd just like to say thank you to Jerry as well at Shoreline. He recovered the tables, and it's a pleasure to practice there. So, and I'd just like to shout out to like a lot of my family that's watching, a lot of friends. My uncle Ninos is in Modesto, my family that's in Turlock, and my dad that's probably still watching in England. So I mean, with a tour like this, can't really, you know, complain.
Well, if Ahmed can take this match down, his sponsors will be very happy. One of them being the New York Athletic Club, where he plays regularly, and who have supported him through a lot of tour stops and a lot of, you know, he is, you know, they are a big reason why he's here in Los Angeles playing this event. And rightly so, because he's a pretty good player, and I'm sure that Ahmed is also very grateful to be here too, playing at the national championship again.
Yeah, I'd just like to add on that is that, you know, maybe you have already pointed this out, but obviously the nationals, the opportunity to represent USA is in Egypt, which is obviously Ahmed's home. So I know he's extra hungry to win that spot. So
yeah, that's right. Ahmed used to actually represent Egypt.
Exactly. So it'll be intriguing to see what happens here.
And you actually are pretty familiar with Ajeya, aren't you? Because you play at the same snooker hall that he plays at.
That's correct.
Shoreline, which is not just a snooker hall; it's a pool hall as well, right?
Correct. Yeah, the owner's actually on here, Shoreline B. That's Jerry. He has 2 snooker tables and a lot of pool tables. I'm not even going to attempt to count how many there are. There's over at least 15, 20. Maybe he'll correct me if I'm wrong. I just tend to walk straight through to the snooker tables anyway, so don't take notice of the pool tables. But yeah, to make a long story short, I went to another snooker club and didn't really find any players, and I thought, you know, I'll try this USA Snooker Facebook page. Posted something, and immediately, well, fairly shortly after, Ajeya replied, you know, if you're looking for a game, I'll be happy to play you, you know, come to this club and we'll play. Really? And ever since, that was probably about 1.5 years ago, and we've been having some really intense, good sessions with big breaks. And, you know, he's a really good player to play against, very tactically strong, as well as, you know, a very good potter. So it's nice to, you know, obviously be the winner of the semi-finals, and Ajeya to have that chance, and both representing that club. So
that's great. And so you have been playing there for how long?
Approximately 1.5 years. I could be, you know, could be wrong about that. So.
And you've only really been a snooker player for about 6 years.
Correct. I started around like the age of 14, 15. And then I was, you know, spending most of the time at the snooker club, and just, you know, practicing, learning off a lot of English friends, different styles, etc. And then, unfortunately, when I moved here, I'd stopped for 2-3 years, well, longer than that, in fact. And occasionally, when I go back to England, I'd, you know, try to pick it back up, but it's tough to do that when there's not many snooker tables available. Yeah. Within a close distance of you. So very fortunate to find out about this competition, very fortunate to meet all these people with the same interests as me, and, you know, it's going to go forward, I believe. So
yeah, I was very surprised as well, you know. I mean, I too looked up the USSA on Google about 1 year ago, and, you know, I was very happy to hear that they had so many tour stops. And when I heard that their national championship was going to be here at San Gabriel, which is only 20 miles away from where I live, I immediately, you know, sent Alan Morris an email or a Facebook, I don't remember, it was one of the two, and we started talking. So you know, lo and behold, you know, 6 months later, here we are. And it's really nice how the elements all come together to make something like this happen. And I encourage also USSA to advocate to any of the venues that are hosting tour stops to stream their events as well.
That'd be nice.
You know. And so let me also ask you this: how far away is Shoreline from the California Billiard Club?
That I'm not too sure. They're both in Mountain View. I believe they're both in Mountain View. I went to California Billiards once or twice. Never really went back there just because we went to Ajeya. You know, obviously went to meet up with Ajeya, and that was the club we just continuously played at. So Shoreline being obviously so.
Yes, because I mean I've streamed a couple of events at the California Billiard Club, and I know the owner of that room very well, Chris Stewart, and I kind of was, you know, when you had told me you play in Mountain View, I immediately asked you if it was California Billiard Club.
Yeah.
They also have 2 snooker tables, a carom table, and about 25 or 30 pool tables as well. So I was very, you know, I had almost assumed you played there.
Sorry to change the subject, but I just, you know, had a fist pump for all those people that are watching. Basically, he needed a snooker. If I'm reading the scoreboard correctly, he needed a snooker, and he actually just got one. So there is, I believe, 25 in it. I could be incorrect about that. Yeah, it's 51 to 26, which makes 51 in 25 in it, and there's 25 on the table. I would just actually like to do another shout out if you don't mind. Sorry, Daniel, I'm just doing a number of shout outs, but I've got a lot of family and friends watching. Obviously, my family, which I love, they're all watching in Turlock right now, and family and friends that are all there. And I'd like to say hello to Jackie and Steve, 2 of my very good friends from work. You know, they've been very supportive, and it'll be nice to see you guys and talk more about what happened. So. Thank you all for your support. I definitely appreciate that. So.
Now, do you go back home to Britain much?
I do. I was actually there a few weeks ago. Actually, I say a few weeks ago. It's probably like 2-3 months ago. Went for 2 weeks. It's nice to go back and, you know, see my family and friends, and it's definitely nice to go back. So.
Yeah, I haven't been back for I think 6 years now.
Yeah.
I need to go back. It's been a while.
It's changed a lot. So.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, it's changed a lot, but especially my city. I mean, I'm not too sure about your city, but there's been a lot of changes.
I'm actually from Wales.
Right.
I'm not from, you know, from England, so to speak. I was born in London, but my family's all from Wales. So the town I'm from is very small and hasn't changed much at all in the past 30 years. But I have been back to London a few times.
Yeah, definitely.
And it has changed. Every time I go back, it's drastically different. You know, when I went back in 2000, it was like, oh, there's a Millennium Wheel.
I know, a lot of changes have been made. So.
Yeah, I was actually there on, you know, on the Thames during the 1999-2000 New Year's Eve. It was all a big blur.
Wow.
I don't remember much.
You briefly remember it. If you guys let me know your names, then I'll gladly, you know, do a shout out for you. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure who you are.
Alan Morris of Snooker USA. He knows Nottingham very well.
Hey Daniel, hope you're doing well.
Daniel Barkley in the chat room.
Sorry, I had to ask for clarification because there's a number of people calling and texting and, you know, asking for shout outs. So. Did he leave the green out of the bag? Or was that the... No. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my best friends, Alan Netness, who's also been very supportive. He's currently listening right now. I'm doing a lot of shout outs today, aren't I, Daniel? I mean...
Yeah, that's okay. I'll send you the bill.
The current score is 2-2. That's a great shot. That's a great shot.
Well, for someone who needs the snookers, Ajeya just seems to be putting on a little bit, creating a bit more damage.
Yeah.
I missed that. He massaged? Or did he actually... Did Ahmed massage around the...
Yeah, he did. I believe you could see half ball of it, so I don't think it was a full ball snooker. To answer Ninos's question, which is Derby County, you know, either or. I mean, it would be nice to play Ajeya because obviously he's my practice partner, but also it'd be nice to play Ahmed, who's obviously the current national champion, and you know, obviously to beat him in the final, you know, would be a big thing. So as long as, you know, I go in there in the final and perform, that's the key thing.
What a way to become a star here.
I know.
In the USSA. So Ajeya racks up another 4 points. And Ahmed's really struggling right now. He doesn't want to make the green. He's got to hold this down, and somehow he doesn't. You know, the blue being close to the cushion doesn't help much either.
Mm-hmm. Looks like this. 25 in it again. Okay. Alan, I'm not too sure if you're still there, but it'd be nice to meet you one day. I know we've obviously communicated in a number of ways, but...
Who's that?
Alan Morris.
Oh, Alan Morris.
Yeah. Yes, I did. You know, we spent a lot of time together here.
Are you talking about Romeo?
Correct, yes. We did spend a lot of time together. He's a great guy. New, very good friend of mine, so...
You had a good match against him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We played at Shoreline. I was 1-0 up, and then the second frame I missed a very silly shot. And it went to black ball, and I potted a really long black ball, so it was a very close game. Could have easily been 1-1.
Now, what do you suppose is happening here? So there's a...
It looks like...
He's got enough to win, right?
It looks like there's 20 difference. If there's 20 difference, I'm assuming he just needs to clear up. I could be wrong. It does look like it's 20 in it.
Derby County in the chat room asking who's the toughest player you've ever faced in the U.S. Sargon?
Romel, obviously one of them. There's a guy called Graham. I'm not too sure if he's listening right now. He's from the San Jose area, Bay Area. He was actually born and raised in England. But Ajeya is probably him and Ajeya and Romel, definitely the toughest. Just their, you know, consistent game that they always have. Very, very tough, good potters, very tactically strong. So
cue ball almost scratched for Ajeya. So, if I'm not mistaken, the best he can do is tie right now, right? With an 18-point difference.
I don't think there's an 18-point difference though. I could be correct about that. It looks like there's a lot less. It looks like there could be like 12 or 13, which means he would just need to clear up.
He would just need to, yeah, and which he could do right now. Look at this.
Do you mind if I do another shout out on you? I know I'm going to barricade
Absolutely.
you.
Do it all you like.
All right, just makes me want to get clarification on that. So, I'd like to shout out to my second family, Yvonne, Arsha, Navina, and obviously Gianna, and my future mother-in-law, Pauline, as well as my future father-in-law, hopefully, Andy, and Yvette. So we'll see how that one turns out. So I love you guys. Thank you for all your support, and hope you can hear me clearly. So.
Well, see, there you go. See, on that one, you covered, I think, about 8 people.
There you go.
That's the way you should do this.
Exactly, yes. I think I'm going to build a list. That's the only way forward. So.
And for those out there texting him, telling him to shout him out, I will ask you to stop doing that.
I know, my phone's non-stop vibrating.
How old are you now?
I'm 26. So.
Well, you're a very talented player, and you've got a long way to go. All right, Ahmed needs both of these balls. And this is the kind of, playing that many have commented about Ahmed, is that he tends to come from behind quite a lot. And look at that. What a great pink that was.
This could be a tough black.
Oh, it's going to be a tough black.
Don't do what I did, Ahmed, and go for the pot.
Yeah, don't do what I did. No, I don't know. I think he's going to. Yeah, he's breathing deep on this one. Do you see a safety here, really?
Personally, I would go safe unless I can't really see the angle properly. But the problem is with going for the middle pocket is that if you catch that jaw, or if you don't make it anywhere near that pocket, you're pretty much going to leave it on. The white could go anywhere, so that's the problem with this shot. If it was corner, it'd be slightly different. So
people in the chat room are saying maybe give it a bank. Ahmed tiptoeing backwards, hoping that black is going to go in. You know, he could have got a bad bounce off the knuckle there, and that would have just been fatal.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Morris was actually saying just to send the cue ball to the black spot.
And that is
Played the double, but
he's left it on.
Going to go in, but look how close to the cushion it is.
Black's definitely.
The black's makeable here.
Yeah, it's just a bit of hampered cueing, but you know, I would expect somebody like Ahmed to make this. Maybe the pressure might get hold of him. So. That's definitely true, Alan. If it was me personally, I would try and get the white ball back. If you miss the black, you know, you're going to leave it around there most likely.
Remember, folks, to stay tuned to POVPOOL because the finals will be played tonight. We'll probably take a 10 or 15 minute break after this match, and then we'll go back to... we'll turn the camera back to the stream table. Look at this. Look at that. He made that black. Ajeya's upset. Does he look visibly upset?
He does look upset. I mean, Ahmed obviously celebrated, but I don't think he's won the match yet.
No, it's
3-2.
3-2, and
does he know? Does he know it's best of 7?
Ahmed has run to the restroom.
Oh, okay. No, it's 3-3 now. We just
is it 3-3?
We just got clarification off Ahmed. It is 3-3. So that basically
so
game.
A final match. You know, maybe we could move it to the next table.
Maybe we could.
No, that would be bad.
I'm pretty sure after playing on there, they'll want to stick on there, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you want to stay on the table that you're playing on. So I think we're going to take a 2-minute break, and I'll be right back. Unless you want to take off too? Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, final frame here and no score as of yet. And I guess we're going to get started with the safety battle here. I was talking to Hugh Brown, the tournament director here, who mentioned outside that that he might have marked him a couple of times for sportsmanship. Because Ahmed has been very sort of animated, and he's been possibly putting Ajeya off of his game a little bit. And Ajeya here is in position to make a sizable contribution here. Oh, he's moved that cue ball. Not high enough for the second red up table, and two. Well, he's still looking at that red. He wanted to get straighter on that red. Break of 29 so far. Oh. Ajeya not finding a red to elect, so he decides to play a safety. And this cue ball looks pretty good. Oh, he's hitting the green, so he's not going to be able to hide from Ajeya, who is probably going to go for this red down by the blue. Good shot. Good shot. And where's the cue ball going? Is it? He's got good position for the black. And he didn't want to miss that. Well, Ahmed seems to feel he can squeeze by this blue ball. And unfortunately, he couldn't, so will Ajeya play this red and try to break that blue out, or will he play another safety? Well, Ajeya's main problem here is that he's got to hit a red, but he also is at an angle where he has to end up leaving the cue ball down table. Oh, he makes that red. It was a good shot. So he'll play the pink. he wanted to get up high enough for the pink in the middle pocket, but he'll have to play the either the yellow or the green here. Well, he could play the pink and bring the cue ball around 3 or 4, possibly 4 cushions for the middle red in the table there for the middle left pocket. But he might even be able to play for the cannon into those reds that is next to the black. Let's see what he does here. Decides to play a slow shot and just play for the points. Well, it gets a little tricky here now. Ajeya played the plant. Very good shot. He's gotten a little close to his work, so he'll probably play to the blue. Have the blue back on its spot, but most of the reds are safe. He misses the blue. Something I don't really know what they were discussing there. Wow, a good double. So Ali has his choice of pink or blue, and I think based on the position of those reds, I think he's going to go the blue because he has more flexibility with his cue ball. And he didn't get anywhere near where he wanted to get. Ahmed once again showing a lot of emotion today and sort of talking to the table, and that might be getting into Ajeya's head a little bit. The blue, the green, the blue, those two reds and the black are all clustered together. Oh, and a miss on the pink. And he really needs to make those balls because he's down 19 points right now. Okay, Ajeya maybe wanted to get a little more angle so that he could develop those balls, the red, blue, and black. But there is one loose red, which he might be able to play with there. Okay, and that's a black ball foul there, worth a whopping 7 points. So I have Sargon back here. For those in the know. How you doing, Sargon? Somebody was asking me what kind of cue you use.
It's a Thailand Masters cue, actually.
Thailand Masters
yeah,
cue?
it was bought from a cue store in Harrogate in England. So thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. All the people in Turlock, including the cows. It's pretty much farmland, that's why, just to clarify that, Daniel. In response to your question, Graham, no, I don't. After today, I don't want to see another snooker ball for a long time.
Graham wants to play you on Tuesday.
Or I declined that offer, so...
Oh? What if he gives you points?
Maybe. I'd like to do another shout out since I've been listening to him today. To a good friend of mine, Adam Chester. I actually will be seeing him in Egypt since I won my ticket. Him and Steve Judd. I'd just like to do a shout out to him. A good friend of mine, miss him very much, and hopefully see you soon, Ad.
Well, Ahmed is 34 points behind. Ajeya is kicking out of a snooker here. Looks like he's playing a double. Yep, that's what he's doing.
That is a great shot.
Look at this. Look at that.
Score is 3-3. Ajeya is currently up. I'm not too sure the exact difference, approximately 30 something.
Well, it was 34. It's 34 points.
Could be a snooker right there. Should be easy to get out of. But
Yeah, but you can't knock him for trying.
definitely.
There's 35 points remaining and a 34-point difference. So, I mean, theoretically, Ahmed could win this. In fact, he has an opportunity now to play a very good snooker. By bringing the red down table, he might be able to spin 2 rails around and bring the cue ball, 2 cushions around to bring the cue ball right behind the yellow and green. It won't be an easy shot. Can he do it? No, he decides to freeze it there. Oh, is it going in? No, it's not. Good. Good for him.
If he was to take this on right here, he would need the black, just to throw that out there. So
well, if he made the pink, he could tie, and it would respot, but the black would respot.
Exactly, yeah.
But he needs the black, and he doesn't want to even make this. Well, if he goes for this red, he's going to have to go for the pink.
Most likely, yeah.
And he's going to have to make the pink. I mean, at this point, I'm playing safe too. What do you think?
I would personally play safe, but the problem is here, one good shot and the pink, he could tie it up here. I don't think he would go for it, but maybe it looks like he is going for it, to be honest with you.
Well, he is.
He's gone for it.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, and he's fluked it.
Oh, he flukes it in off the knuckle of the middle pocket. Ajeya is rolling his eyeballs.
Wow, that's
to the
unbelievable.
other side of his head right now.
That is unbelievable.
And he's got position for the pink.
He seemed really happy with the fluke. Obviously, it's a great result, but it's still a long way to go. He's going to have to dish up here.
He did still apologize for the fluke.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But Ajeya he's not pleased about this right now.
He's got to shake it off. He's still got the lead.
It's true. He's still got the lead. Ahmed needs to completely clear these balls, and then there has to be a respotted black in order for him to win. Ajeya cannot start thinking about Ahmed being an underdog or winning the last 3 years or anything like that. He's just got to wait for his opportunity, which he's going to get, regardless of whether or not all these balls get cleared right now.
He will get one more visit, that is correct. Ajeya is obviously hoping that it's not for a respotted black.
Well, he will be hampered here, not by any cushions, but by the rest. And he's landed very well here. If Ahmed can get through this, this would be one for the books. He probably got a little too straight on this, but he should be fine.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit of angle to stun down for the blue.
But he can't try too hard because he's really just got to make this ball.
It's not an easy shot right here.
No, no. Under any other circumstances, this shot would not be that hard. But right now, the pressure is seriously on. And Ajeya is just patiently waiting for an opportunity to come back to the table. In the past 2 days, Sargon, have you seen any respotted blacks? Besides the one
I think
that
I
you
seen
had
one.
today?
I seen one in another game, yeah. And then obviously my game would be the second. The final will be best of 9.
That's right, folks. The final match will be right after this match. We're going to have a 5-minute, 10-minute break, and we will get into the final match on the main streaming table. Wow, that was a good shot. That was a good shot. He was very lucky to feather that pink and not hit it any more square, you know, because he would have sent that pink over near the black and he would have no position on that ball. Just 2 balls to tie it up, folks. Michi Man in the chat room suggesting that he would shoot a snooker right now. What would you do?
You gotta go for it.
He made it this far.
He's missed it.
He's missed.
Oh, don't tell me he's fluked it
Did he hit
again.
the knuckle? Okay, he's hit the knuckle. And he sent the pink right to the middle of the table.
He can't be happy with that miss after all that work, but this could be a close game.
This is a close game.
I should take that back. It is a very...
This is not as close as Ajeya wanted it to be, I'll tell you that.
Exactly. When you've got that much of a lead, you want to just end it right there. Great part and again.
What a great shot.
What a great shot.
End it. Just end it right there. What
Wow.
an unexpected pot by Ajeya Parabhakar.
you know, he kind of did what I did on the black, you know.
Yeah, just
go
went for it.
You have the opportunity, just go for it.
And that's what happened. He just closed it right out. And guess what, folks? Ahmed Aly is eliminated from the USSA National Championships for 2012. He has, I guess he's lost his title. He had it for 3 years. And Ajeya has stolen it from him. Well, rightly so, because that was an amazing shot.
That was a great part, and
it was a very good part.
you know what? You have to give Ahmed a lot of respect. I know, obviously, it was a fluke, but he's fought his way through. It's just not this year.
But he did.
He definitely fought into that last frame and got the comeback, but it's just not this year.
He did. So guys, stick around if you can. We are going to have a final match between Sargon Isaac, who's sitting with me right now, and Ajeya Parabhakar in the finals of the 2012 United States National Snooker Championships, the first ever live stream of snooker from the United States. You're watching POVPOOL on POVPOOL.com. Thanks to the USSA, to the Embassy Billiard Club, and also to Tweeton and Aramith for their support. And we will be right back with the final match between Sargon Isaac and Ajeya Parabhakar. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.